Welcome to Mindful Threads, where I weave the fabric of mental health conversation with a touch of style. So with today being the very first episode of my new web series, Mindful Threads, I'm just going to explain a little bit about the brand. So the concept of Mindful Threads is to bring awareness to mental health and make it a part of our daily conversations, as well as provide a space for people to be able to vent and talk about what's on their mind. Because you know that sometimes you don't feel like you have that support system, and this is where Mindful Threads come in. As well as talking about fashion here and there. I love fashion, and fashion does, kind of relate to your mental health sometimes, because when you look good, you feel good. So that's the basis of Mindful Threads, to open that space and create that conversation. So today's segment is going to be called What's on Your Mind? And throughout this segment, I'm going to break it up into 3 different topics of things that have been weighing on my mind the most. It's going to be work, dating apps, and self-love. And with that, I'm just going to talk through how I've been feeling about those different topics. And then this is going to be an opportunity for you to even lend me some advice or throw what's been weighing on your mind in the comments, and we can have that conversation and make mental health the focus. But before we get into today's topic of discussion, we're going to go over our very first fashion tip. Now remember, everything on this channel is subjective based on my thoughts, my opinions, my experiences. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Don't take it as fact, This is open to conversation, so these are all of our opinions just flowing. So something I like to do when I'm styling myself is ensuring that my shoes match my belt. So this can be the material, like if it's suede or leather, and this could be, you could sometimes go even 2 shades darker, but just ensuring that you're matching your shoes with your belt. And I also do it with my accessories as well, whether it's like brown and wearing some gold accessories, or if it's like silver or gray. I change my accessories based on that. And what this does is create a cohesive, harmonious look within the colors and within your style. And it really brings and pull it all together. And right along with our fashion tip, I wanted to do OOTD. Now I don't have the outfit on right now because I'm about to go to the gym. But tonight, this is what I'm going to be wearing. So this is one of my favorite looks, It does represent my masculinity and my femininity, as I am bisexual. So we got all black, which is my favorite. I mean, you can see. But we have all black blazer here. I do love throwing like on a sheer top under it. Again, I like to express myself feminine and masculine. And just some black slacks. It's all black. But yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. All black, baby. Here's my shoes. I'm gonna just be wearing some old loafers. I love wearing loafers with some tapered pants at the bottom. Chef kiss. So, the first topic of conversation today is work. So we're going to break this topic down into separate little categories. And so we're going to discuss, should you be happy at work? Micromanaging, your workload exceeding your payment, and unrealistic expectations. So let's start with, should you be happy at work? So for me as a creative, just to give you a little insight, my background is in digital media, art, fine arts, just any type of arts. I'm a creative. So me as a creative, I honestly do think you should be happy at work. I've heard people say, work is not meant to be happy. It's this idea of being brainwashed by society, which has been going on for so long. For me, it's about passion, loving what you do. Again, and people's work hours are different, but typically we work 80 hours, 40 hours a week, and a lot of people do overtime. And so to expect you to not be happy when doing that seems kind of ludicrous. So on this one, I'm gonna say you should be happy. Now work, of course, like anything, comes with challenges, but this shouldn't be your whole every day. It shouldn't be every day that you're hating your job, every day you're getting depressed from work. If your life outside of work is exciting, then you're going back to work, you're getting depressed. It shouldn't be that way. You should be happy. You should be passionate about it. And I know sometimes we have to get some jobs, start making money, but ultimately, yes, in your career, you should be happy. Next, we're going to dive into micromanaging. Micromanaging, for anyone who don't know, micromanaging is, let's say you have a boss or manager, however you want to title them. They're watching your every move. They're ensuring that your time and everything. They're ensuring that they're watching when you go to lunch. Just everything you do in that 8-hour shift is watch, time, you have to check it, provide notes and details on every step, which is micromanaging, which is can be a huge cause of, mental health issues. Think about it. You're going to work and you're just getting there, you want to do your work, and then your manager comes to you, hey, did you do this? Or make sure you do this, or, check in, meet with me to do this. It's like they don't trust you in that role, so why even have you in that role if they're just going to constantly watch you and monitor everything you do? If you're in one of those situations, definitely try to conversate with your boss or manager, or if it's very severe, maybe you can even go to HR. But micromanaging in a job needs to stop. What do you guys think about micromanaging? Are you guys experiencing it? Now, a lot of jobs we know underpay their employees, but for some reason, they like to overwork them. And I don't know if they think we're not smart or whatever they think, but it's 2024, and I know that's always crazy when you're like, it was 2024, but it really is. You shouldn't be getting paid like $20 and working a job of like 2 people. That's another, way that you can get depressed, get anxiety, get stressed. Because in this economy, of course, we need funds to pay for mostly everything. And so you're working this job 40 hours a week, and it's not even affording you to pay your bills and live that life. But you're overworked and you're tired. So this is not adding to the good quality of life. So if you're in a position like that, a job like that, the best thing to do is get out of that situation. You deserve to be paid your worth and not be overworked for a job or a company that don't even truly love you. What do you guys think about that? And last on the topic of conversation for work, and trust me, I'm sure work will be the topic a couple times. So we'll have more opportunity to discuss it. But for today, the last topic I want to touch on is unrealistic expectations. A lot of companies, they'll start you off slow, but then months in, it just becomes really unrealistic. And I get, the idea is to keep going up. But the thing is, jobs and companies will throw tasks at you and never once discuss, payment opportunities. And when you bring payment opportunities up and you let them know that these goals are not realistic, they look at you like they're offended, like, oh, you shouldn't be asking to get more money for your job. That's odd behavior, and a lot of companies do this, depending on what your role is. Think of like your daily task list. They'll have like task. They don't give you the time to do it, which is the problem. You're like, look, can I take time to do this? Like, well, could you figure it out and do it all? But no. What do you guys think about it? Have you guys experienced this? I know a lot of companies have unrealistic expectations. So now the next topic we're gonna go over is dating apps. So honestly, I'm on a couple dating apps myself, and it feels like none of them are better than the other, unless you pay. I will say I am doing the free version, so of course these apps want to give you a bad experience with the free version so you can pay for the premium. But with these apps, they can cause a lot of frustration too, and they can add to your mental health deteriorating, because it's like the same thing you see. So a couple of trends I see in some of the topics I want to go. Everyone's looking for fun. People, they reach out to you, match, but don't communicate ever, even when you reach out. And lastly, ghosting. So going back to everyone's looking for fun, which is okay. I'm open to fun, but I'm more long-term relationship. But in an interim, whatever works. But this is the idea that everyone's looking for fun. So no one's really looking for what you're looking for on these apps. So then it just makes you feel like, man, maybe there is no one for me. But don't think that way. These are just apps. People get on these, do not take them serious sometimes. Not saying you can't find the person on there, but not everyone take them serious. So people will match with you, which brings in the next bullet point for dating apps, which is people will match with you, but they never reach out. And when you reach out, saying, how's it going? Crickets. And it's just odd behavior. But don't let that frustrate you, because you want someone who's going to communicate with you. So that's just like the trash taking himself out. Sometimes give them some time, because not everybody's going to consistently be checking. But after some time, if there's no communication, it's not up to you, especially for someone you don't even know, to uphold this relationship. And then the last part for dating apps is ghosting. Now I know keep laughing when I say ghosting, but it's definitely not funny. And it does add to your mental health deteriorating sometimes, because when people ghost you, like a lot of things, our mind goes straight negative. So you think it's your fault. It's definitely not your fault. Please don't think that. But it can be hard to get over those thoughts, because you can, whether it be like a couple weeks or months, and then this person just start reaching out, that leaves you like, dang, what did I do? Now, I'm not saying the blame game, but just pull back from it. Think about it. Think about all this, like the most recent scenarios and what may have caused it. Now, if you're brave enough, maybe you can even communicate with that person. You're not trying to get back with them at this point, but if you really need to have that feeling or like knowing, maybe you could just reach out and have that clear communication. Like, hey, is it anything? Because sometimes some people do need to know in order to grow and learn. But then there's others who don't necessarily need to know. They just accept it and move on. And from my personal experience, I talked to someone for like 5 months and then I was ghosted. And in the beginning, it felt like something like, man, why? I got over it though, and I don't really need that explanation, But ghosting is a big thing on the apps and even in real life too. So today's final topic of discussion will be my favorite, self-love. And we're going to break that up into a couple different bullet points. The first one being self-care, then meditation, and then staying active. So for me, self-care, things I like to do for self-care. In the morning, I wake up with my daily affirmations, getting your mindset right. Because a lot of times we're anxious and we're thinking about the next steps, but in a negative way, like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, how am I gonna do this? When you start your day with positive affirmations, saying you are worthy, you are gonna get through this, you deserve to have a great day, that really jumpstarts your day in a positive way. But besides daily affirmations, other forms of self-care, which there are many, getting massages, take some time off, go get a massage. Having a rest day. If you're someone like me who loves to go to the gym, make sure, first of all, you should be having rest days for your body to recover, but for your mind to recover also. There's nothing wrong with if you just want to relax and rest. Take that time, get into that self-care, get into it. So one of my favorites, we're going to navigate over to meditation. I started meditating like at the end of 2022, and it's been such a game changer for my mental health. What meditation does for me is really put me in the present, and it took some time to get there, and it also helped me with breath work as well. But when you're in the present, what I find is you can hear those intuitive thoughts. A lot of times you hear people say everything you need is inside, which it really is, and a lot of us can't really hear it because our minds is racing with these thoughts, all these trauma responses. You really got to program and connect with your subconscious, And once you start to meditate and clear your mind, detangle everything that's going on up there, you really start to be in the present moment, be content, and you start to, really be happy with yourself and everything. And lastly, regarding self-love, is staying active, Everyone should be doing some form of activity, of course, anyway, which is good for your health physically and your mental health, So whether you're going out in nature, touching the grass, grounding yourself, taking a walk, a lot of people, like to count their steps, which could be a great way, a good activity to help you promote your fitness and activity. Going to the gym, of course, it's a great way to release mental stress. Put on some music, lock in, get everything out. I love working out, and even when I'm like angry or something, working out just release the tension. Going on hikes, again, this is putting you back in nature. Taking some time to take some deep breath, being in the sun, getting that energy, feeling the wind, touching the texture, feeling the air. These are all things that's going to relax you, put you in the present, and just really promote self-love and self-care. Well, that's it for today. I truly want to thank you all for being a part of my very first episode of my web series, Mindful Threads. If you liked what you heard or saw, definitely don't be afraid to comment, express yourself. This is that opportunity. We're opening that space, making mental health the focus. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, no pressure, but continue to follow. Let's detangle these things. Let's make mental health important as it should be. And with that being said, if you want to give me a follow on here or TikTok, the same handle, @mindfulthreads_. Hope to see you there. This was another thread of insight sewn into the tapestry of life. Mindful Threads, signing out. Boom.